Well, it provides an opportunity for them to be officially tested by the NFL, their athletic ability, size, speed, strength, and then we look at position drills, and from there we can make a decision whether to bring them up to the next level to be looked at by all the clubs. We have veteran scouts, probably a combined experience of maybe 200 years. Scouts from Dallas Cowboys, Washington Redskins, Chiefs, Packers, and our director of our scouts is John Peak, two-time Super Bowl champion Denver Broncos. He was the general manager, so we've got a lot of experience out here to evaluate.
It's not really what we're looking for. We're just providing an opportunity for basically over 200 players at every combine, up to 240, an opportunity to show their skill and ability. These young men were not at the Indy Combine, and they've come from a lot of small schools where they don't have pro timing days, and this gives them a chance to have a certified, qualified NFL Combine testing program.
Looking for guys that can follow direction, guys that can play as fast as they time in the 40. You don't want a guy who can run a 4.4 40 and then he plays at 4.8. You don't want that. You want a guy whose speed translates to football related drills or his positional drills. Let's see. What else? Did I miss anything?
No, it's just that, you're looking for the athletic ability to perform different techniques within the context of what you're trying to do philosophically in the field. And that's the difference, That's why a lot of people don't understand at our level. Size and speed is very important. So is the mental to be able to take the instruction, as he was saying. But more than that, it's the athletic ability to function and do technique within the structure of a particular play. So, that's we get a chance to see if you have that out here physically, athletically. Do you have that?
The testing scores, the 40, the shuttle, the vertical, the broad jump, are all things that we need to we look at benchmarks. Benchmarks for each position. So there's benchmarks for the corners, there's benchmarks for the wide receivers, there's benchmarks for the big guys, the O-line and D-line. So those are the type of things that we're looking for as far as the scores are concerned. Then, when we go into the individual drills, then we're looking for the speed and quickness if they need at those positions, as well as the offense and defensive line, their hand quickness and punch for the offense and defensive line. And we'll do drills specifically for those, for us to be able to see those type of things. And we film everything, so we're able to look back on it, but we do the evaluations during the day. So we're looking for players that can play at the next level. And there are some benchmark numbers, but then there's also some intangible things and subjective things that we look at from an individual position standpoint as well.
And it all centers around, as Larry just said, quickness, agility, and balance, being able to start fast, finish. Go ahead, Larry.
Just the ability to start, stop, and restart fast. The ability to run fast in one direction, turn your hips and run 90 degrees without losing a step, and speed. And vertical jump is a big-time indicator of explosiveness. Just those things. That's all you can get out of a deal today when we don't see them in helmets, shoulder pads, or do anything. It's strictly a visual test for athleticism, or as you see athleticism, and by position. So that's what you're looking for. But in the NFL, one overriding thing, Jerry, if you can't run, you ain't gonna make it. You got to be able to run in this league
and run fast.
And
as one guy once put it, I'm not gonna call his name, but it's competitive speed. A lot of players, run in a straight line, but competitive speed, when you get on that field, how fast can you play?
Some people play just as fast with shoulder pads and helmets on as they do in tank tops and on the track. some of them can't do that because coaches have been trying to take track stars and make them into football players for years.
Yeah.
For every 10 you try, you might find one that can. That's hard to do.
You make me laugh and start going back again. In old days, they talk about Bob Hayes. Would he ever make it on the football field, converting that speed to track? I think history has already dug that out and proved it to be a fact. But a few guys like that come along.
But football, the NFL has changed. And it started 10 years ago, or maybe even a little farther than that. Defenses have changed. Defenses used to be the big old pluggers and play, and now defenses are fast, and they have forced offenses to adjust. And because of that, that's why the game is spread out more open. They're making you play out in space one-on-one. Now that places emphasis on the ability to make sudden moves and recover, and to have something to play a whole play, run 50 yards down the field, and then at the end of a play have another burst to get to it. And that's what you're looking for, that kind of ability. And it's hard to find. That's how come they pay big money to kids that can do that.
Yeah, because each position brings on a different standard of athleticism needed. You know, if your quarterback, if he can jump out of the rafters but can't release the football, what good does it bring to your club? You know, he's not going to be on that field.
I think, too, Jerry can back me up and say that's not right. I think you got to take quarterbacks out of the whole equation. That's a whole different cat.
Right.
That's a whole different thing. You can't judge them by what you do, judge athleticism on another. Then the quarterback's got to fit the coach's system. That's kind of come a Richard Wilson can go to Seattle and fit in with them, where he couldn't go to Pittsburgh, where Ben Roethlisberger's 6'9" or 7 foot or whatever he is, and stand there and rifle the ball.
Or
and
go to New England and do the same.
Blitzing Roethlisberger is just a total waste of time. No corner going to knock him down. They ain't big enough. He just gnats them away like flies. So I mean, that's a whole different breed of cat. But you know, every position has got I don't think there's one drill that's going to determine anything. No. But every position's got 3 or 4 drills that you can kind of put together information from that, and then the bottom line is he can do all that. Is he a football player? I know basketball players and tennis players that can do all those things too, but they ain't football players. There's some courage and character and football intelligence and anticipation and intuitiveness that's all involved too in the deal.